Hi, everybody. All right, so as always, if you have any questions or anything you'd like to see addressed in the class, just feel free to put it into the chat, or you can unmute yourself and ask it. Otherwise, we'll just see what comes up. So take a moment and just sink into the room. Really gather yourself into this moment. We've all had busy days. Pull yourself out of those days and into this moment. And as you do that, just let yourself slow way down. That part of you that's pushing and pulling, reaching for what's next, rejecting what was. Just slow way down to the speed of this moment, breath by breath. If it's uncomfortable, let it be uncomfortable. All your strength is here in this moment. Every resource is here in this moment. This is where you have a physical body. This is where you can enact the most change. Pull yourself in. Reel yourself into this moment. Now you're going to place your attention at the forehead and the crown. You're going to let your eyes just fall to a spot on the floor in front of you. And you're going to begin to watch your breath in this moment. Breathing in, you are aware of breathing in. Breathing out, you are riding that exhale all the way down. The part of you that resists that is a part of your day that is clinging to you. It's a sign that things are off. So just relax, slow down, and watch your breath in this moment. Letting go until you can comfortably abide in that. Meditation is not here to entertain you. It is not here to heal you. It is not here to make you bigger or smaller. It's not about you at all. It's about discovering what you actually are when you let go of this demanding part of yourself. This demanding personality that has led you to believe that you are that. To see beyond it, you have to stop being directed by it. It's within any of your reaches in any moment. Just arrive in the present and don't ask it to be anything else. And remain there in full consciousness. Don't try to escape. the tension at the forehead and crown. Breathe in, breathe out, and nothing else. Let the game of life go. You feed it every minute of every day. Let it go. It can take 45 minutes away from you. You can feel the peace restoring itself within you and around you, can't you? That simple shift, and everything you had pinched into place begins evening out. And your resources return. Your body has a source of stable, peaceful energy. And there's nothing you have to do to make it happen. All we've done is asked you to stop doing. You may consider yourself an active person, and maybe you are. But without inactivity, activity loses its clarity. It becomes reactive. If you can't step into this place, then your life becomes a product of just a chain of events. You have to be able to step into reality several times a day. So that your activities become an arising of something conscious. Something you choose. Or something you continue to participate in by choice. If you don't do it, life will do it for you. It'll knock you out in the middle of the night and wake you in the morning. But we don't want to be here living an experience where life is just happening to us. We want to participate in the full experience. We want to project things on the screen without losing sight of where the projector. Otherwise, the stories on the screen own us. And the next projection is just in reaction to a story. Almost nobody lives this way. And if you look at the world, it shows. Attention at the forehead and crown. Watch the breath in this moment. This is the only moment that has an on and off switch. Any other moment you find yourself in, you lost the switch. Now there's layers to this experience of the moment. I want you to open up a deeper layer. Soften a deeper layer so that this moment can become a part of it. As you breathe in, breathe out, and nothing else. You have to let it in. There are places inside some of you that are kind of dark. And you're afraid to let anything touch them because you don't want them stirred. But you have to let it in so that those wounds can heal. You can't keep them covered. Whatever discomfort you feel from letting vulnerable things be vulnerable is nothing compared to what you feel carrying them around and the rigidity that it brings to your life. If you can't do it alone, get a counselor, but face it. There should be nowhere in your life that you can't freely open up. How available can you make yourself right now? Inside yourself, say, I am available. I make myself available. I am available. I'm willing. I'm available. What if you just allowed yourself to sit comfortably in this moment? Not through force, but for just choosing not to reach outside of it. What if right now you let this just be enough and experienced it in its fullness? Most of you are practically there. What if you just let go of that lingering peace? What would that do? Complete acceptance of what is right now. if you just opened into it. A relaxed heart, an expanded mind. And a comfortable body. That comfort that you've been missing, it's here. And isn't that interesting? Because everything you were doing was to avoid being uncomfortable. But you were doing things that didn't work. This works. A whole lifetime of trying to seek pleasure and avoid pain. But you don't get there until you stop seeking pleasure and stop trying to avoid pain. You accept everything right here, right now. And there it all is. Can you see that? It's one thing to know it intellectually, but you guys come here so that you can see it. Experience it. That's where real knowledge comes from. Everything else is just a movie you're projecting on a screen. which is fine, as long as you don't mistake it for the answer. And I want to tell you a secret. And your body won't believe me until you experience it for yourself. But whatever is happening in any given moment, if you step into it like this, it will mostly feel like this. We engage in stories so that we can engage in life, and stories won't feel like this. But when you stop bouncing around the story and step into the present moment, regardless of what story is in motion, you'll find the same thing at the heart of it every time, which is clarity, comfort, and peace. Your suffering comes from the meanings that you assign to things, which is part of the projection onto the screen. It's really an attempt to change it in a lot of ways, when instead you just open up wide and have the full experience. At the center of it is the same divinity every time. That's why there are so many roads to it. You can step into a mantra and find complete acceptance, and that'll get you there. You can do a meditation walk where you just are 100% given to what you're doing, and that'll get you there. You can be slicing pizza, 100% given to what you're doing, and that'll get you there. You can be saying a prayer, and if you're completely given, that'll get you there. The experience people call God is sitting at the center of everything, not just the good. It's the heart of you. It's the foundation of life. And it never leaves you. You leave it. by your unwillingness to accept what's right in front of you. The antidote is always right in front of you. You come to me to be guided to the antidote. But at some point, in the name of your own power, which is the same as mine, you need to let go of the story that someone needs to guide you there. And just step right into reality, as you've been shown weekly for a really long time now. I'll be here to light your candle when the wind blows it out. But don't wait for me. This is your birthright as much as it is mine. It's okay that you get lost in the story. It's made to draw you in. It's part of the mechanism. But at some point, you need to be pulling yourself out of it regularly. At some point, that needs to be yours. Which means you can only stay in the story for so long at once. You stay too long, you fall asleep completely. In the beginning, set times to wake yourself up, where you do your practice whether you feel like it or not. You'll have weeks where the wind isn't at your back. And it feels like you're just barely getting the door open. And you just make a decision that that's fine. You accept. And you keep going, and then the wind returns. Because if you don't do that, you end up veering off in a different direction. And you might not even know to come back to someone who can wake you back up. Tension at the forehead and crown. Watch the breath. Slow way down. And just be in this moment. And it's back. Renewed. How simple. This week, I'd like you to find a difficult point in the story, and I'd like you to shift into unconditional acceptance. That doesn't mean that you have to agree to any condition. It just means that you are completely accepting and willing to show up for things exactly the way they are, without demanding they be something different. I want you to try and uncover this in one of those moments. Give yourself that experience. Show yourself that it's true. If you can pull that off, that'll be an important realization for you. Are there any questions or anything before we end for the night? See, Joanna is saying, oh, she loved the question technique that we did last week. I like that too, Joanna. I'm glad that it's helping. Anything at all? Anything anyone wants to talk about? Okay, everybody. Linda, it's nice to see you again. Thanks for coming. Okay, everybody. Have a good night. I will be here next Thursday. Bye.
Thank you, Liam.
Night.